Rolling Stones there and Rocks Off. I'm very pleased to be joined on the line by Mick Jagger. How are you, Mick?
I'm good, thank you very much indeed, Darren.
So I hear you guys are doing a couple of intimate gigs in London and New York next month. What's happening with that?
I don't know how intimate they are. I don't know how you count intimate at this point. So we're doing the O2 in London, and we're doing the one at the Barclays Centre and one at the Prudential Centre in New Jersey.
Well, I guess I probably should have started by saying, "Hey, happy 50th anniversary." That's quite a feat.
No one's ever actually said that to me, so you're the first person to say that to me.
Is that a wrong thing to say?
I suppose it's a very nice thing to say. Nothing wrong with it at all. Yeah, I suppose it's very good.
Cool. Listen, I mean, speaking of 50, does performing still give you the same kind of buzz as it used to?
I'll let you know after the first gig. When I did Saturday Night Live last time, it was the last time I performed. It was a lot of fun, you know. So it's just going to be slightly different. I'm being an O2 and in New York and everything, but you know, I enjoy it, you know.
Well, there's a lot of talk about Glastonbury. What say you about
There's always talk about Glastonbury. Every time they do Glastonbury, every other year or whatever, they always talk about the Stones doing Glastonbury, and they never actually ask us to do it. They just talk about it. All my children always go to Glastonbury. It's like a religious festival for them. And my brother lives in Glastonbury, so how closer can you get? Yes, Glastonbury, well, we'll see. We're just doing these gigs at the moment, so I don't want to start announcing any more gigs.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I won't push you on that. As tempting as it is, I have to say it is tempting, but I won't, because I got lots of other things I want to ask you about anyway. Just expand a bit about being in the same band for 50 years, but not just being in a band for 50 years, but being in an absolute top seller, top shelf band for 50 years. How does that happen?
Well, I don't know. I suppose that, you know, I should be not so blasé about it, and I should be thinking it's really a great achievement, because I suppose to stay together in a band for that long is you think of long-lived bands. I mean, you can go back before rock and roll. You can think of the Count Basie band. These bands went on for a very long time. Duke Ellington, all these kind of very famous bands. And there's, you know, obviously there's very few rock bands that have been together that long, and you know, to be still doing it is an achievement. Of course, the other thing is that how well you're going to be doing it is my criterion. It's not just doing it, but how good it's going to be, and you know, can you still like play music, you know, that's sort of exciting, or is it just sort of boring? So you know, I think I'm quite pleased with. We got very good reaction to the Doom and Gloom single, you know, which sort of my thing of it was to do something which showed, you know, plenty of energy, because I don't think you can have rock music without energy. So you know, that's sort of part of the drive of the whole thing. So you know, it's not just a question of longevity; it's a question of how good you are.
How many presidents have you met or performed for at the White House now?
Oh my God, only one.
Is it only one?
That's the only president is President Obama that I've ever performed in front of. That's a count. It's a count of one. Wow!
And how was that?
It was great. I mean, it's a really fun event, and you know, some great blues people on it, and you know, it's a pretty small room, really. Just it's a pretty small room that where they do the gigs, and that was sounding good. You know, it was great. I was playing with Jeff Beck. It was, you know, it was excellent.
And B.B. King was there as well.
B.B. King and Buddy Guy and many others. Did the
president actually get up and he sang "Sweet Home Chicago" or something? Didn't he?
Well, he was forced to by Buddy Guy. He was not going to sing "Sweet Home Chicago." He got up to leave, and Buddy Guy said, "Tim, you're not leaving the room without singing 'Sweet Home Chicago,' which is, after all, your hometown." And and they were all jamming, and then I was the only one standing there without the guitar, and I gave him the mic, and he sang a couple of choruses. Pretty fun.
You see, that's what I think most people in the United States are looking for right now, is a president who can sing.
Well, he can sing pretty good. He just does Al Green okay.
I'm sure he can. So, have you still got the moves like Jagger?
Oh my God, Darren, you didn't ask that question. How could you?
Well, because it's funny. You've got a song named after you. I mean, that's got to be the ultimate accolade.
Come and see the show. We'll find out.
Okay, I will. And finally, one last question, and this one is a silly question, but I have a theory that your
silly
new
questions always come at the end.
Of course they do, because if you're going to hang up on me, then it's okay. I've already got my stuff. You see. That's how it works. But no, I don't think you'll hang up on this. You'll just laugh, I hope. Is your new box set. I have a theory that in order to say it properly, you really have to actually put yourself into it. You have to embody the character of it.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce the new box set?
I don't know. How do you pronounce it, Darren?
I pronounce it Grrr. I actually have.
I pronounce it Grrr.
Yeah. This is it. So I think that, you can't just go grr. It doesn't work.
No, you can't just go. You got to throw yourself at it. You're absolutely right.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you agree with me on that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, nice to talk to you, Darren.
And you too, Mick. It's been a real pleasure. Can't wait to see you next month.
Hey, bye for now.
Take care.